Senators from the southern part of the country have backed the governors from the region on their unanimous decision on rotational presidency, describing the measure as the best political arrangement that can unify the country and correct the fault lines. The governors have, through a communique released after their meeting in Lagos on Monday, among other things, reiterated the need for the zone to produce the next president of the country come 2023. The federal lawmakers opined that allowing the presidency to rotate between the North and the South will naturally quell the secession agenda being propelled by some individuals and groups. The Southern Senators Forum, in a statement by its chairman, Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele, on Wednesday, commended the governors for coming out boldly to take the decision, which he said would go a long way to address the political challenges confronting the nation. The Ekiti Central Senatorial District senators said, "As much as we believe that competence and not regionalism should be the watchword in who become the president of any nation, we need to also be circumspect of our ethnic and political pluralities and think of the best way to further unite us. The events of the recent times where insecurity, secession, agitations, and others have divided us and became one reality staring all of us in the face. We need to ruminate on how best to resolve these crises in the interest of our nation. Nigeria has never been this divided, and the current parlous situation that has pushed our country to the verge of collapse necessitated the governor's decisions, and it shouldn't be seen from the narrow spectrum that they were stoking the fire of disunity or promoting regionalism or ethnicity. Rotational presidency will resolve most of the political problems and would naturally ward off secession agenda being promoted by some individuals and groups. The senators posited that the governors thought rightly by placing ban on the open grazing system of cattle rearing in their respective states via the promulgation of anti-open grazing laws, saying the country must move with the tide of modernity. So senators from the southern part of the country, they've supported this rotational presidency. We know the presidency has gone round from Olusegun Obasanjo, Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan, and now President Muhammadu Buhari. And what they are stating right now, if we look at the way the presidency has gone, the North has had their own share. The South has had their own share as well in the person of Goodluck Jonathan. The Southwest in the person of Olusegun Obasanjo. So even two Northerners, Musa Yar'Adua was a Northerner. We know although he didn't complete his tenure, Goodluck Jonathan complete that tenure for him. What the Southern governors are stating right now, they are stating that the country is in the verge of collapse. And the one people who have not been given the opportunity is the Southeast. That if presidency goes to the Southeast come 2023, at the end of the day, they might just drop this agitation. They might drop it. But we can see very well that as soon as Southern governors rose from that meeting, the North began kicking against it with everything in their being. They called it different names. Even to the point that Sheikh Gumi, he came out with a shocking one. All he did was that he just pulled out a report that was sent to Goodluck Jonathan on this rotational presidency. And what the report talked about was that it was this rotational presidency that was foiling up the division in the country. So as such, it should not be talked about. It should not be looked into. Let things just remain the way it is. There was a gentleman's agreement that was held that presidency will be rotated between South and the North. It will go to South, it will go to North, just like that. But we've not seen it that way. The North, they've had their own share. President Muhammadu Buhari will be completing 8 years come 2023, but he's not hiding it. He's even saying it in the open that, you know what, I want to be represented. I want my interest to be represented come 2023. And there are some arguments, speculations going on as well, that President Muhammad Buhari is just foiling all of this insecurity. He's doing all that he can to see that insecurity doesn't end. Why? What is his agenda? At the end of the day, we know that in a troubled country, when there is no peace, when there are agitations and unrest, there can be no election. So at the end of the day, he's going to declare a state of emergency. At the end of the day, his tenure is going to be extended. There are different arguments that have come up. Political analysts have argued that he has different strategy. All he's fighting for is that he doesn't want to leave. He said it openly that presidency, he must be represented. What does he want to be represented for? Because he didn't even do well. If he did well, we'll say, okay, he still has a lot of expertise, he still has a lot of knowledge that he wants to transfer over. But there's nothing. He ran the country down. The country went down. If you look at the shape of things before President Muhammad Buhari took over the country, the debt he met, he has tripled the debt. One would think that he would reduce the debt, that okay, what we are owing is not that much again. He tripled it. What about unemployment? So there was nothing he did well for the country. So looking about that he wants his interest to be retained. Why does he want to retain his interest in presidency? He has nothing to offer. Well, it's a good call that even the senators, southern senators, so obviously southern senators, because we've seen so far that the northerners have kicked against the southern meeting. So southern senators, they've backed the southern governors that this call, it's a very bold one, it's a very good one if they can pursue it to the end. What they've done, that it is beautiful. If they can follow it to the end, that is if betrayal doesn't set in. There were some governors who did not turn up for the meeting. Some, their deputy represented them, but we know yesterday PDP shone the light on Imo State governor that did not turn up and was not represented in that meeting. So it's obvious that some of the southern governors, they want to do the bid of President Muhammad Buhari, and that is where the issue will rise up. So that is why we're stating that these governors, they need to be united. They are getting all the support from different quarters because after this meeting, they were hailed, they were commended that it's a beautiful one. Now you guys are rising up. Among other issues, they spoke regarding other things. But will they be united? Will they follow this to the end? That is the big question before every one of us, because Nigeria has never been this divided. Never. It has never been this worse. All because of the way the North are handling this issue of insecurity. All of the atrocities that Fulani headsmen are carrying out, it doesn't seem to bother them. To them, it's not a crime. It's not even a crime to them. Their body language and everything. Well, guys, so these senators, all they are stating is that they believe very well that rotational presidency will end secession agitations. Well, let's hear your thought down below in the comment section. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again on more updates. Bye.